Hillary Clinton and her Democrat chums are determined to derail Britain's economic success post-Brexit using the dreadful and actually quite cheap and crass excuse of being pro-Irish. But they're opposing Britain's free trade deal and our military and economic relationship with President Trump. Hello everyone, this is Andre Walker. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe, but more importantly, hit the bell notification icon. It's the best way to absolutely guarantee you get all my videos as soon as they are released. Look, my family are from Northern Ireland, and my family are Northern Irish Catholics. In fact, to go further than that, my family are Jacobean Scots who lived in Northern Ireland for many years. Thank you, Ancestry DNA, for telling me that one. I absolutely understand the way that the Troubles have affected everyone in the UK and the Republic of Ireland, particularly how they affected people in Northern Ireland. And I have absolutely no desire whatsoever, even though I'm English, even though I'm a Conservative, even though I'm a Unionist, to denigrate or downtrod those people who've suffered from discrimination as a result of the problems in Northern Ireland, what we call the Troubles, but actually is a T-war that has destroyed so many families and so many people and actually wreaked poverty onto the majority of people in Northern Ireland. When you talk about rich people in Northern Ireland, they tend to be around the periphery of it. Look, first let's just be clear on one thing. Senator George Mitchell, with the assistance of the British government and the Irish government, and indeed the political parties of Northern Ireland, was the person that saved Northern Ireland and started that peace process. Now, okay, some people are going to argue and are unhappy about certain details of it, but that is the truth. The European Union did not get involved in the peace process in Northern Ireland. They were on the periphery. Both countries were members of the EU, but the EU was not a significant player. What the EU actually has done, particularly with Leo Varadkar as a Taoiseach in Ireland, was almost create a war in Northern Ireland. I'm going to say one thing to you. You can argue about Ireland and Britain all day, but remember, the vast majority of people who died during the Troubles were British nationals. Almost nobody died who was not a British national. And so you've got to remember that it's us that sucked up. Now, except some of them didn't want to be British nationals, but that's fair enough. But Leo Varadkar, I think, proved a point that had been made over many years by the English in particular. The minute you give Ireland independence, it will start collaborating with Catholic France and Spain in order to destroy the United Kingdom. Now, I will say that actually that was largely an unfair criticism of most people in the Republic of Ireland. Let's just understand one thing. Northern Ireland is not like either the Republic or the United Kingdom, for those of you that don't know. And actually, the tensions that exist there don't exist in the rest of England, although I will say that in Ireland there was an ethnic cleansing proposition or proposal or act is the better word of saying, against Protestants. But in terms of the Good Friday Agreement, this guarantee to have no hard border in the Republic of Ireland and between it with the United Kingdom. Here is a couple of things I want to say about this and where Hillary and her chums have behaved absolutely disgustingly. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, etc. By the way, can I tell you one thing about Joe Biden? He met the Taoiseach and he said, I've always said that there'll be no orange in this White House. The bloody Irish flag's got orange on it. It's got green, white and orange. Green to represent Catholics, orange to represent Protestants, and white to represent peace in between the two. You complete and total moron. But let's just be clear on something. The United Kingdom has a peace treaty with Ireland, or a treaty with Northern Ireland, it's not a peace treaty, is it? That says there will be no hard border. And Britain has left the European Union. So, the only agreement we have is with the Republic of Ireland. It was not the United Kingdom that suggested a hard border in Ireland. It was the Republic of Ireland. Here's what I would have said. Something very simple. No. You will fulfill your treaty obligation to not build a hard border. But you know what? If you do try to build it, we'll knock it down. But you know what? We won't be the first people to knock it down. Actually, each side will unite in hatred against the wall and pull the thing to bits. Anyway, what we actually did under Theresa May was we said it's our responsibility to ensure there's not a hard border. No, we have a treaty agreement with the Republic of Ireland. The fact that they've got a treaty agreement with the European Union to protect the European Union's border is up to the Republic of Ireland. Now, you can say that's being unfair all day. Well, I'm sorry, it's not. We have fulfilled our treaty obligations in full. Now enter Hillary Clinton. Well, remember, she was somebody who was a supporter of NORAID. which was the funding side of the IRA in the United States of America. She went to balls in New York in order to support it. Now, I remember on September the 11th, or shortly after, I think it was Jon Snow on Channel 4, asked General Colin Powell a question that I really wanted to ask, which was this: why should Britain oppose a tea in the United States of America when the United States of America have supported tea in Northern Ireland? Let me tell you this. The top 10 fundraisers for NORAID died on September the 11th. I'll leave you with that. Some people will have strong views. I don't bother expressing them on this channel. But what he said was, we have banned the real IRA fundraising within 4 weeks of President Bush coming to power, and we'll ban NORAID as well if necessary. So I say, all right, fair enough. But I'm going to say this: Hillary Clinton was a supporter of NORAID, Chuck Schumer was a supporter of NORAID, Biden was a supporter of NORAID, and Nancy Pelosi is a supporter of every single cause group she comes across. I doubt she even remembers what it is. But they are now opposing this free trade deal between Britain and America in order to protect and enhance and defend Ireland. I've got a friend down the road who was a parrot in Ireland, and he was actually responsible for killing someone. He's very, very affected by that. And he thinks that what we did in Northern Ireland in the 70s was wrong. I agree with him. But always remember something. It's about creating peace, which we've done. Who were the people who were trying to wind up the dispute for their own political aims? Varadkar, Jean-Claude Juncker, Michel Barnier. Who are the people winding up in the United States of America? Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden. You know, what we are seeing time and time again is the Irish being exploited, the Northern Irish being exploited. I'm going to say this to you right now. The reason why I support the US Republican Party is because they've been supportive of us when it comes to teas in the United Kingdom. We cannot allow the Democrats to do what they want to do. And I am fine with the band of the NYPD choir on the song by the Pogues wearing Irish gear, and I'm fine with rivers in Boston being dyed green, and I'm fine with all this plastic Irishness, and I'm fine going into a bar in America where somebody says that they're an Irishman and I'm not because their cat was called Paddy. I'm fine with all that. But we are talking about the potential to create a war in Northern Ireland. The Republic has never behaved like that. It joined the EU when we joined, didn't want to. It refused to join Schengen when we refused to join in order to protect that border. The idea that now Irish Americans should get involved is entirely wrong. We see the real victims of the crimes that are committed in Northern Ireland, and the jokers in New York really don't. You do not help these people by attempting to start this war, and I will defend the people of the Irish Republic, because when Varadkar attempted what he attempted, let's remind ourselves what it was, the annexation of Northern Ireland, it was the people of the Republic that recognised the stupidity of that. I know that there are people in New York who want a united Ireland, and I will tell you a little secret. There are people in the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead who want a united Ireland as well. The sensible people in London and Dublin and Belfast recognise that the peace process must be supported, and that bloody border wall that Varadkar and Barnier wanted would have been a disaster, and we need to call that out. And that's got nothing to do with the free trade deal. This is hijacking it for political purposes, and those political purposes will not lead to violent consequences in New York. They will in Belfast, which, by the way, was the reason my family left and said, can't stand any of you. Till next time, goodbye.